Okay, this is going to be a bit of a different type of video. Mainly because I'm doing it at night, and it's a beautiful night. It's Saturday the 4th of April here in 2026, and I just thought I'd try something different. I have to be wrapped up because it is chilly, but it's not summery. But when it's in the daytime, it's beautiful, and still beautiful now, but obviously the jacket. So wanted to just sort of like do something a bit different, and I figured that there's this space where we're often not taught anything. We're left on our own here to experience and to explore this world. And even if we consider like our parents, that they gave us everything they could, given their abilities. And it's just a wonderful thing. We're blessed, in that respect. And they gave us the, just the structure to exist in this world. And I come from New Zealand, which is okay. I haven't been back for a while, but it's a far more grounded and more practical, I think, approach in the world. I'm not saying it's better than anyone else. No. I'm just saying that's my experience. But what I see is I can only base it on what I was brought up with. And also what I'm doing is I'm working and serving here in Europe and this northern part of the hemisphere. It's just like, whoa. Yeah, see, even that was going, whoa. That's interesting that would happen. Yeah, you can't create it better, can you? The thing being is that with what we've been taught, we've been given the best that we could, but this time now we need to, well, we don't need to, but I would encourage us to look to this year. I've never known a more transformative time and a more elixir time. The elixir of this energy is just, it's off the charts. How to explain it would be that most of the time, since 2000, I've been able to identify the next coming year, so by at least a month to 6 weeks. So I could automatically, within 6 weeks before 2001, I could feel that. And this has happened all the way through up until 2025. And in that process, you sort of learn to juggle things, energies, and you can see. But I knew that in 2025, I could see for the very first time that there was going to be something big occurring in this world. And sure enough, it happened here on the 1st in Crans-Montana in Switzerland. And it's the year of the fire horse, and what happens? Fire. No one wants that, but it was pretty or much seen before it was occurring. Now, of course, I'm not one to go out and say, "Oh, this is going to happen," because I didn't know. I just knew. There's a part that I knew something was going to happen, but I didn't know what it would be. And it was a gut feeling. But we're on this stage now in 2026 where the fire horse has come. It's leapt into gear. Its latest full moon, which was what? It was the 2nd. that was phenomenal. Now I'm pretty used to energies, but when it's at this level, I'm like a kid. I don't know, I really, and so I'm sure there's a lot of beloveds out there, far more versed than I am, who are very good at what they do. They can give you pointers, like the astrologists. They give us pointers. There's other mediums. There's all sorts, and where I'm sort of seeing it is that this is not going to slow down. And while that is a bit frightening for most people, I'm sure most beloveds won't ever experience what psychics or beloveds like this have, or empaths. Empaths, we tend to feel a lot more before it even happens, and don't know what it means until it happens, and then takes a bit to integrate what's happened, and then you suddenly realise. And so it's a big thing. But we need this energy, and we need empaths, we need psychics, and we need this beautiful insights that exist. And what I know and what I feel, and my biggest gut feeling, is that this is the time of the feminine. And I cannot express it more than just saying that the feminine, I'm going to get myself into trouble here, but, hey, I'll live it, The feminine is feminine. End of story. The masculine is masculine. End of story. But it would be so much of an advantage to all of us if the feminine can recognize her feminine nature. Now, I know there's all sorts of things like Kali and others I can't remember right now, but there is that strength in the feminine. But really, it's about her coming into her power, and us masculine holding that space so that she can be in that power. But I know that's it's easy for me to say, and I say it because I earnestly believe it, and I've been living it. But I've got to say, there comes a price for doing what we do to love the goddess. That's our job. That's a masculine job, to love her, to hold her up, to give her strength and her power, and to bring her into her power. But sometimes it's not easy. The feminine, I don't know the feminine. Oh my goodness, I don't. But I can see what is needed. And for the feminine to see the masculine, that would be really nice. Okay, I don't know all of that to be sure, but there's this part where we have the ability to stand there and support her. And that's what 2026 is showing us. It's coming, it's really here, and that elixir that is occurring is like so fast. And even the goddess, she can't keep up. There's no way she can keep up, because we can't keep up. It's like we're in turbo mode. And while that's good, it's got its challenges. And all those things that haven't been seen. Like, to be honest, there's two types: flight or fight. Me, and there's a bit of a challenge for me to say publicly, but I'm a flight guy. Well, I used to be. And that was because I always realized, like, okay, just step back and just, it'll resolve itself, or I'll resolve it, or, it'll take its place. But I've come head to head with that this year. And I never knew that. And part of me's always been frightened of being there, because I know the power of the masculine, and I don't want to be like, I'm not. If you saw me, I'm not an Arnold Schwarzenegger type being, Respect, total respect to Arnold and beloveds like that, but I'm not like that. I have other abilities, but I know the masculine, I know how to be the masculine. But it's about bringing the feminine into her power. And that's where 2026 is for us masculine. At least I would say for healers, shamans, empaths, psychics, males. I'm talking about the masculine version. Our job, and maybe I'm speaking out of turn here, you let me know, but our job is to bring out the feminine. Now, I know that I've crashed and burned myself, but I won't stop, I won't stop. I've had a good opportunity to see this, but it's cost, there's a cost in it. A relationship has been torn apart because of it, but through that, I pray she's okay, and I pray that it opens her to her feminine. But I will keep going, because that's what's asked. And if there's any masculine out there who are similar to myself, then we need to recognize we don't have the answers, but we have the fortitude to keep ourselves there for her. You know what I mean? So I didn't know this is where this was going to go, this video, but it's true. I've lost a beautiful goddess, but I just keep going, because that's all I can do. That's what the Creator's asked me to do. And maybe there'll be another beautiful goddess who'll come in to my journey and accompany me. I certainly pray that I don't, trip up and make the same mistakes, but it's what it is. But we have to be honest with ourselves, especially in the roles that we serve. We're here because we are, we're what's needed. I'm sure there's lots of other masculine traits out there, but I'm not talking to you, beloveds. I'm talking to those who are in energy service, because that we need to understand this. We need to understand how vulnerable we are and to stay vulnerable. And that is a big ask. And only a warrior, and only a real warrior, can do that. And I would wish that there's more of us out there. But putting this out on the internet and doing this at night like this, that's perfect, It's really unusual, but it's needed. And so if there's masculine out there, and I trust that there's a lot of you beautiful beloveds out there who really, really want to help, do your best, You're not going to have all the answers, and neither should you. But the other side is, watch out for that judgment on both sides. There's a difficulty, and empaths and psychics know this very, very well. And it is when you are being told that you're judging. It's not judgment. It's knowledge. It's experience. And it's from that experience that we gain the wisdom to know what's there. And we don't use it as a weapon. Not at all. We use it to help. We use it to empower, not to disempower. And that's the frailty of the ego and the frailty of the system currently, is that it sees those things as an attack. It's, it's not. I mean, you guys who are out there doing it, and even you goddesses who can align to what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm talking to the masculine for sure, but it's the feminine that's really very much included in this. This whole conversation right now is directed to her. So, and I pray that it's of assistance. It helps. It provides some form of, I don't know, ability to reflect, to be silent, and to play this a couple of times. I mean, I don't even know what I've said. It's just come. But play it a couple of times and sort of see what resonates for you. And I pray that, for all of us, because this is not about the masculine or the feminine. It's about all of us coming together and unifying, really. And it's not about this, that, or whatever. It's about the simplicity. That's all I can put it down to. It's the simplicity of love and the frailties of the human to understand love, to even recognize love, because we've all experienced that in different ways, and each has their own rightful identification of that. But real love, it doesn't hold a boundary, and real love floats, and real love changes, and real love evolves. And it always evolves to help the other. And I've been in this savior mode several times in my life. And I didn't know what a savior mode was, but it's when you go in and you help and you try to do the very best and you just keep going. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's what it is, Everyone does it, both masculine and feminine. But it's a space where you do your very best in spite of yourself. And that's a strength in yourself. But it's not about the savior mode now. It's about bringing out the very best in ourselves so we can support the other. And God bless the other. Whether you're masculine, whether you're feminine, it's a richness. I pray we can all see that richness in each other. Obviously, intimately, when we're in a relationship, for sure. But and it needs the beloveds in relationship to do this. I don't believe, maybe I don't know. I don't know. It's not in singularity. Singularity is old school. There is this, there's this big thing about twin flames or souls or, all of that. And I've never been one to really follow that or believe in that or to, even to just talk about it. But since 2026, yeah, the gloves came off on that one. So to all of you, masculine and feminine, to the goddess, let's do our best. And to the masculine, that's our job, to raise our vibration and to help raise the goddess's vibration, the feminine, so that she's seen, so that she's understood. And yeah, there might be times when we drop the ball, but you know, we're always going to drop the ball because we're imperfect. We are not perfect, and we're designed that way. We've got to find ways of improving, and dropping the ball is just one of those things. I wish it didn't happen, honestly. I mean, in certain areas it doesn't need to happen, but hey, that's the journey. My experience. Doesn't need to be yours. Now, I'm projecting, I apologize. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to say this has been an interesting video. I've been happy to do it. Very unusual. And we'll see what happens in the future, because it's quiet, it's night, it's still. I can feel myself even more somewhere. I don't know why that is, but it just is. And so to all of you, may you be blessed, may you have a beautiful Easter, and yeah, enjoy. Take care. Ciao for now.